Back on the 23rd of May, myself and Liga jumped into the adventure bus, picked up a coffee en route and made our way up country to a place called Hyde Hall Farm in Hertfordshire to take on our longest race of the year so far. Unfortunately, we left the sunshine behind in Cornwall and it was pretty gloomy when we arrived at the race venue. So we put on our waterproof jackets, made our way over to registration to pick up our race numbers for Farmmageddon. The race is a looped event and I'd entered the 12-hour challenge to see how many 5.2 kilometre loops I can run within that 12-hour time period. And Liga was going to be taking on the marathon that started an hour later. So the trail shoes were on, my race number was attached, and it was back over to the registration area to have a quick race briefing. And it's always awesome whenever we see any of our viewers rocking the Run for Adventure merchandise at a race. So a big shout out to them. And then it was back outside in the rain to line up at the start line of Farmmageddon's 12-hour challenge.
It's a wicked race.
Yeah, it looks awesome for a video.
Yeah, have a good one, mate. So we crossed the timing chip on Farmmageddon. Thanks, man. No idea what the train's going to be like, what the loop's going to be like, but we're going to find out now. So heading out, Liga's at the start line. She's going to be running later, so she's going to be doing a marathon, and we are going to be doing 12 hours, and we'll see how far we get. Taking it nice and easy to start with, cruising, see how the body feels, see what the course is like. We'll take it from there. Unfortunately, the summer weather has stopped today. So literally started raining as we started, but it's supposed to clear up later, so fingers crossed for that. Let's get on the loop. Let's see what it's like. So it has been a long time since I've done a looped event like this, and in fact I think it was back at Endure 24 in 2022, but we're very familiar with looped events because we used to head up to Enduro Man every year and do a distance of some description, and we used to love getting out on the route, running the loops, you know, supporting other runners out. It's always a great atmosphere when you run these looped events. And if you've seen the previous episode in this short race series, you'll know that the plan is to try and run 60 miles in 12 hours to celebrate hitting 60,000 subscribers. So, you know, first of all, I've got to say a massive thanks to all of you guys for supporting the channel over the years. It's another great milestone for the channel, and we're getting ever closer to that 100,000 subscribers. So, got to keep them subscribers going. But yeah, it's going to be a good challenge. Not sure I've got that distance in my legs over 12 hours, but we'll see how it goes. And so far, the route's beautiful. Headed off out into the fields, nice bit of inland trail running, very different to Cornwall, so it's going to be a good day. And hopefully later on we can hook up with Liga, and she's going to be running a marathon, so we'll be both out on the route, do some running together, which will be awesome. Thanks, Marshall.
I did Jordan with you.
Oh,
I recognise the man with the camera.
Yeah.
You stick out.
How you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good.
How did you find Jordan?
A bit hotter than this.
Boom. 1 lap complete. We're still moving. Thank you very much. Yeah, the loop's good.
Okay, cool.
We'll see you at 9.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, definitely made a schoolboy error there. I should listen to my own advice. Dressing for the second mile, because it was an early start. It was chilly. The wind was cold, so put a coat on, but as soon as I got running, it was really muggy. It got way too hot, so we ditched the coat with Liga. We've got the hydration vest on now, so we should be able to tick along nicely. And I got a little serene cake bar for breakfast because I didn't have anything to eat before the race. It was just too early, so we'll have a little munch on the way round. But first lap went well, beautiful place to run, legs are feeling good. So all we got to do is keep moving for 12 hours. Simple, right? So I reckon this is going to be one of those hills that seems to get steeper and steeper the further we go into the race. It's very gradual, it's quite long, and they're always tough on looped events. I'd rather it had a short, sharp climb so you could walk and get a bit of recovery, whereas this you just feel like you've got to run it. It's not steep enough, but I'm sure we'll do some walking later on in the race. But so far so good. Almost lap 2 completed.
I crossed over the timing map for the second time and quickly popped into the aid station to fill up my 2 soft flasks and then headed straight back out onto the route because I really didn't want to waste any time early on in the race. The route was made up of some gravelly pathways across rolling green fields with very slight inclines, and I knew that these subtle climbs would definitely get tougher and tougher as the race went on.
Time for some calories, so we got a mixture of precision fuel and hydration gels, got their little tube locks, and we got their new tube bars, which I love. So I'm going to sort of mix and match between that, taking something at least every hour, maybe 45 minutes, seeing how I feel. And we got some savoury stuff as well, and there's a checkpoint as you cross the timing mat there, so they got crisps, sweets, Coke, water, all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but we're definitely going to keep on the top of the calories today. Make sure we get that in the system. That will definitely help, always helps, you know, when you're running distance, to keep up with those calories because it's so easy to forget. Time goes by. So what I've actually done is set an alarm on my COROS Pace Pro, so it's going to beep and remind me, because on looped events you do kind of float away, you don't really have a lot to think about. So hopefully that alarm will help me keep on top of the nutrition. And speaking of COROS, we've actually paired up with them on this little short series, so they're supporting us and they've given us a link and a discount code. So basically how that works is, if you're in the market for a new GPS watch and you want to purchase a COROS watch, which I definitely highly recommend, if you use our code you will pick yourself up a free nylon band with your watch. I always wear a nylon band on mine, super comfy, also makes it a bit lighter. But yeah, check it out, link in the description, and don't forget to use that discount code. Hello ladies.
Good morning. Hello. You alright?
Yeah, good. So I bumped into these lovely ladies at registration and they got a really interesting story. So they're both running the 100.
We are. Indeed.
So both attempted 100 before.
Yes.
So let the viewers know what happened on your first 100.
I fell over in the mud and broke my arm.
Yeah, at mileage?
73.
73 miles, so
we did
close.
have a deluge of frogs with the rain, and we couldn't run in the forest because the whole path was littered with frogs.
It was Robin Hood,
and then
wasn't
we got mild hypothermia.
Yeah. And how far did you get in your 100?
97
97 miles, you see? It's never over till you cross that finish line.
But hopefully this will be my 7th, and it's going to be successful.
There's no hopefully about it. You've got it in the bag, that's it. Positive energy. Yeah, we'll see you around. Well done, ladies. Okay, so we're now playing Hunt for Liga. So she would have started her marathon at 9 o'clock. So she's out on the loop somewhere, but I think it's going to take a bit of time to catch her up. I went through the loop and she started 20 minutes after me, so we'll get to her in the end. But let's see how she's doing and what she thinks of the loop. And as if by magic, here she is. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
I've done a lap and a half.
Yeah, and what do you think of the loop?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite tricky though, with those long drawn out hills.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
I guess it's always a bit technical when it's a looped event, isn't it? On trails.
Yeah.
Because it's always up and down, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you rather have a short, sharp climb or a long drawn out one?
short shot.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
So
You can just walk that and then.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
But it is what it is. I'm
Yeah.
taking it super easy.
yeah, that's it. Just
and
enjoy it.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, nice one.
You can probably see that myself and Liga were looking very matchy-matchy in our race kit at Farmmageddon, and we were both rocking some awesome apparel from the latest drop from Danish running apparel brand SAYSKY. We've both been running in their kit for years now, and we love their quality technical fabrics and the brilliant colourful designs that they come up with, and the latest flower range is no exception. We've actually teamed up with SAYSKY for this short race series, and they've given our wonderful viewers a discount code that gets you a whopping 15% off any purchase. So if you've ever wanted to try out their brilliant running apparel, or you're an avid fan like ourselves, then just input this code at checkout and you'll get yourself that big saving off any order. So just got to say a big thanks to SAYSKY for their continued support. Now let's get back to the race.
And we're through. So that's Liga's second loop. Thanks, mate. Cheers, man. Thanks for watching. Liga's second loop. All good getting into your running?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels better now.
Yeah, awesome. It always takes Liga about 6 or 7 miles to
Yeah.
get warmed up and into a rhythm. And I've just gone past half marathon. 2 hours, 5 minutes. So happy with that. And it's gone so quickly.
Yeah. These loops go quick, don't they?
Yeah, they see loop running. Time flies when you're having fun, and just thought I'd run a bit of a loop with Liga, a bit of company, have a chat, catch up. You know, we haven't seen each other for 2 hours. Right, let's go and run another loop. Well, this is where we part company. It was very nice running the loop with you.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to try and make some hay while the sun shines,
Yeah.
because it's going to get, this hill's definitely going to get tougher as we go, but you're running strong, looking good.
You too.
Let's just walk a minute, have a kiss,
Yeah.
enjoy your marathon. I'm
too.
sure we'll see some.
Oh yeah, I'll see you around.
Yeah,
Enjoy your run.
yeah, take care.
You too.
See you later.
See you later.
Right, let's run this hill while we can. Get up it. So we just bumped into James out here having a little run around the loop, a avid follower of the channel. Thanks, mate.
No, thank you guys. We just say love the channel. It's great,
Yeah.
really inspirational what Loyd and Liga do. So yeah, thanks for all the content. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Ah, he's a pro, he's a pro.
You can pay me later.
Yeah. Good
Have
to
a good-
see you,
have a good
mate.
run.
And you, thanks a lot.
Because of the wet start to the race and running through sections of long grass as we made our way around the fields, my feet literally got soaked within the first couple of miles. So with 20 plus miles ticked off, it was time for a quick shoe change. So I headed back to the adventure bus, took off my wet Prodigio Pros, pulled on some nice dry stance socks and laced up a pair of VJ Ultra 3s for the second half of the race. It was great being back in a pair of dry socks and shoes, because before that I had to start to feel a few hot spots, and this sorted it out. So I got my head down and continued to tick off those laps.
We are back, so always good to give you a marathon check-in. So we went through the marathon in about 4 hours 20 minutes, so kind of on schedule. I'd like to have gone a bit quicker, but we've got to think of the longer goal. So I've got to be honest, the legs are quite stiff already after a marathon. Obviously, having that fall, having that injury, I haven't got the miles in that I wanted to get, and I know I'm making excuses, but you know, we're going to grind it out for 12 hours and see how far we can get. Hopefully we can get to that 60 miles, but who knows, but we better keep on trucking. So as I go through the timing chip mat for the, I've lost count, I don't know what lap I'm on. It's time for a pack of ready salted crisps. I need something savoury. Lots of sweet stuff so far, but nice salty, savoury crisp should go down a treat. walking up the long drawn out hill as a aeroplane goes overhead and spoils the audio. And I reckon up ahead of me I can see a marathon finisher with a big medal round her neck. So must be Liga. Look at you. Show us what you've got then.
Oh.
How did it go?
All right. Obviously,
Yeah.
I took it super easy,
Yeah.
like super easy,
That's
just so
cool.
I could enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit
done.
achy all over, but I feel fine.
Yeah, well done for very little training.
Maybe you take it
That's-
super easy.
It's pretty tough out there as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Just
Well done.
take it easy.
I'll see you around. I'll
Yeah.
see you around the other side. Good work. Well, that was lovely to see Liga there, and it definitely lifted my spirits. And she smashed her marathon off. Very little training. I mean, similar to me really. Longest run 15 miles, and she did it in about 5 hours. And this is quite an undulating course and a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. So as I move around here, I'm kind of re-evaluating the plan. Plan A was obviously to run 60 miles for 60,000 subscribers. I'm not sure we're going to get there. It was a big ask, you know, off the back of very little training to run almost 100k in 12 hours. You got to be moving well, feeling fit, and you know, I think I'm going to struggle a bit over the next 5 hours. So we came here to do a 12-hour challenge. We are going to do a 12-hour challenge, but again, I don't think we're going to hit that 60 miles, but we'll see how we get on. You never know. Could have a second wind and be flying in a few hours, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. But we'll keep on moving forward, running when we can and walking when we can't. And actually this is a downhill, so I better do some running.
I'd just completed 7 hours of running and I was still managing to have a smile on my face, even if it was a slightly forced smile. But I topped up my fluids, headed back out onto the course, and the legs were really starting to feel it now. Both of my hips were quite tight, and just like I thought at the start of the race, those gradual, drawn out hills were getting tougher and tougher by the minute. And it's at this point in a timed lapped event where it really does become a sort of mental battle, because these are the only types of races you ever do where if I sat down for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour, I would be getting closer to the finish line. So you really do have to stay mentally focused and keep pushing forward, even though your legs and body are telling you to do otherwise.
Okay, I forgot to give you a 40-mile check-in because I've kind of been suffering in silence. So the wheels haven't completely come off, but they're definitely a little bit wobbly, let's put it that way. So we'll give you a 43-mile check-in. We've just gone 43 miles in 8 hours. So like I said, I think the 60k's gone out the window, but we're going to push on. I reckon even if we can do a lap in sort of 45-50 minutes with a bit of running and a bit of shuffling, I wouldn't call it running, then we should still be able to get in, you know, 55 miles maybe. And you know, with all the things that have happened over the last month, I'd be really happy with that. And you know, still a big challenge. I'll still be super chuffed with getting that sort of mileage in my legs and just moving forward for 12 hours. So let's see how we get on with that. But let's go over that timing mat again. We're going to see where Liga is. Cheers, mate. So just been in the checkpoint, filled both bottles up, and they had warm, freshly delivered pizza. I mean, they're spoiling us. Cheese and tomato. After all those gels and chew bars, which are lovely, it's nice for a bit of flavour. Oh, it's so good. Heavenly.
The pizza seemed to work its magic, and it was just what the body needed, and it seemed to put a spring back in my old legs. So I tried to push on and run as much of the loop as possible, because I knew time was running out, and if I had any chance of getting close to that elusive 60 miles, I'd have to be moving quicker to achieve it. So it was head down and time to dig in.
Okay, so that was me crossing the timing chip line there, and I am heading out on my last loop with a couple of cheeky slices of pizza in my hand. I'm not gonna lie, I had to do some soul searching on this one. I actually got to about 60k and I thought, oh, 60k for 60,000 subscribers, maybe we'll call it a day now. But I committed to 12 hours, and when I commit to something I have to do it. So 12 hours it is, but I'm happy to be going out on this last loop now. It's just coming up to 11 hours, so got plenty of time to get it in. And I think I'll sort of do around 56-ish miles, so not quite the 60k I wanted, but still good distance in the legs, still a challenge. And you know, it's good to dig deep. It reminds you what this ultra running thing is all about. So I'm glad I've stuck in and got it done, but I'm going to get this last loop done and we'll see you at the finish line.
Let's go, we run like this the whole way there.
Right, that's well done, guys. Well done. Good one, mate. All the best. I'm done. Yeah, 12 hours. God, you scared me then. I don't want my head tights, I'm not going. Cheers, man. We did it. Definitely a challenging 12 hours out on the trails today, but we dug in, we kept putting one foot in front of the other, and we've made it over the finish line. 12 hours of running done. Well, just shy of 12 hours, but I'm going to take it. That's good enough for me. So I've been given my lovely medal. Liga's got my coffee and walnut cake and latte coffee in her hand, so we're definitely being looked after. But like I said, that really was a tough, dig deep day out on the trails. But I'm super chuffed that I hung in and got it done. But that is Farmmageddon's 12-hour challenge done. Right, it is good to have some nice, dry, warm clothes on. It got pretty breezy out there on that last loop, and it was quite chilly up high out in the middle of the fields there, but we got it done. And the other good thing is we've only got to drive 30 minutes to my dad's because we're staying there tonight, and we haven't got to go all the way back to Cornwall, because the way I'm feeling, if we had to do that, I think you'd have to roll me out of the car when we got home. But I've got to say a big thanks to Zigzag Running for putting on the event, and all their marshals that gave out their time to support us and to help us out. The checkpoint, really well stocked checkpoint with lots of goodies, and Liga ran a super strong marathon and she's still smiling, so went well.
It was all right.
Good training in your legs.
Yeah.
But we both said it, the route was definitely harder than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have known better, but
Winging
it was hard.
Yeah, winging it. And I'm just happy to make it through 12 hours. And, you know, hopefully you enjoyed watching my demise over that time, because I was struggling a bit at the end. Also got to say a big thanks to COROS and SAYSKY for sponsoring this short series. You know, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible without this support. So don't forget to go and check out the links and the discount codes in the description below. Like I said, hope you've enjoyed coming and watching us run a marathon and a 12-hour challenge at Farmmageddon, which is still a super cool race name. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. It's really appreciated. We'll be back on the channel soon. And now it is time for cake, and stay safe and keep on running.